This week on Healthy Living, what is hypertension and how to prevent it? We take a look. Dr. Anzibert Rugakingira of the Tanzania Ministry of Health discusses the challenges of hypertension and shares some solutions. And the UN warns of the serious threat of cholera outbreaks. Finally, unique reality glasses help hearing impaired see words. That's in this edition of Healthy Living. Hello and welcome to Healthy Living. I'm Linor Moudou. Hypertension is blood pressure that is higher than normal. When people suffer from high blood pressure, the pressure of blood flowing through the blood vessels is consistently too high. Blood pressure is determined with the systolic number when the heart contracts or beats, and the diastolic number when the heart rests between beats. According to the World Health Organization, a normal blood pressure is 120/80 millimeters of mercury or lower. A person has hypertension when the blood pressure readings are consistently at 140/90 millimeters of mercury or higher. Hypertension often has no symptoms and can cause serious health problems such as stroke and heart disease if untreated. WHO says high blood pressure is a common condition that affects over 1 billion people worldwide. Now let's go to Mali, where our correspondent George Atino spoke with experts and people living with hypertension.
Every morning after breakfast, Sekou Soumano takes his medication for high blood pressure. The 90-year-old senior citizen has now embarked on a salt-free diet. His family is following suit.
Oui, on l'a médian parce que depuis 2016.
I have been consulting doctors since 2016 for this issue. They have prescribed medication and a low-salt diet. So I can eat salt, but in small quantity. And at home, all our dishes are low in sodium because my family members also want to avoid hypertension.
Sekou Soumano nearly got a stroke due to hypertension. He never forgets.
That day I went to the Point G hospital because I almost had a stroke. The doctor was amazed that I could talk because I was in a critical condition.
High blood pressure is considered a silent killer. The World Health Organization says a large proportion of people with high blood pressure are unaware of their status. Sometimes they'll learn about it too late. This was the case with Amit Traoré.
One day I had a severe headache. I went to bed, and when I woke up, my face was drooping. I was taken to the hospital. I was very scared, and that's the day I realized that I had high blood pressure. I was put on a salt-free diet for 4 months.
To create awareness as widely as possible, the Association of Hypertensive People, Tension Ton, organizes free consultations in the 6 districts of Bamako. Sheikh Doumbia is in charge of the Elderly Care Center. According to him, these free consultations have allowed many people to know their blood pressure numbers.
Hypertension is a problem in our country. Every day here at the hospital, I see at least 4 to 5 people with hypertension during consultations. It is often too late by the time people learn about their condition. It is true that old people are the most affected by high blood pressure, but it is also a problem for young people.
Some symptoms of high blood pressure include severe headaches and nosebleeds. While not everyone has access to treatment, these hospital-based consultation initiatives are an opportunity for some to be seen by a specialist for the first time.
How aware are you about your blood pressure, and what do you do to keep hypertension at bay? Here are some reactions from Jos, Nigeria.
It's 120. Whenever I check my blood, if it's below that, my doctor is not happy. And when it's above that too, I'm asked to be very, very careful and till it gets down.
When I check my BP, it's very okay. So it's not much of a concern for me.
The normal something supposed to be 120, but my one was even over 200. But later I was able to calm the something because I have some product.
So I look as if I don't have any problem, my system is okay. I don't have anything that makes my blood to be high. That's why I don't bother to go and check my blood.
No, I don't do it regularly. It's just that if I'm sick and I go to the hospital, it's part of what they check, and I get to know.
I check my blood pressure every 2 months. I see my doctor and to see that I'm always on track.
What the step one can take, one, we need to take care of what we are consuming.
Yeah, especially for those who are fat like me, because of obesity, one has to engage in exercises. You watch your diet, it's very, very important. You must learn to reduce fatty food. They don't block your veins that take flu blood through your heart. It's very, very important. And you take a lot of fruits too. It's very good. Especially your salt level must always be in check.
Exercise is part of it because if we want to maintain good sound health, we need to exercise at least 10 minutes.
Sometimes they advise person not to think much, and then if you have it, you buy medicine on it.
Most times in Nigeria, people like driving around. I like walking a lot. I walk a lot. So there was a time that when they took a test of my BP, the doctor said that my BP is the type that is athletic. So it's the type that athletes have. So I said, oh, I walk a lot. So he said, no wonder.
It's a concern because it's one of the secret killer of people. When your blood pressure rises, it can lead to heart attack. And when it gets to that level, an individual cannot make it. I think checking your blood pressure is always very, very, very important.
Dr. Anzibert Rugakingira is a national coordinator for non-communicable diseases with the Ministry of Health in Tanzania. He tells us more about hypertension and how to prevent or manage it.
Hypertension, or in the other name, it's called high blood pressure, is a condition which can be stated as a pressure in the blood vessels which is higher than normal. And it's affecting almost every part of the body, because as we know that blood flows in every part of the body, and if there is any abnormality in the pressure or in the volume of the blood, it affects almost all organs of the body. But the main organs which are highly affected are the kidneys, the eyes, the heart, the brain, which can also be termed as a stroke. Hypertension does not have a sign at any stage. So someone can have this condition for so long without experiencing any sign or symptom. But when signs develop, it means that you have gone somewhat too far, and you can also experience some complications. So we advocate also screening at least twice a year. At any stage, you can do lifestyle modification and control your blood pressure. But when complications come, then that's where the problem is. Systolic and diastolic are both important, because that's a measurement of when the heart pumps in and pumps out the blood. But when you're having a diastolic measurement, which is even higher, the complications they're much more severe compared to systolic. So the diastolic one need to be really controlled, because it has more risk of complications compared to the systolic. We really need to be aware of the lifestyle changes in our settings, because we know that urbanization is taking over. The transport system allows you to move faster and without even walking. So the food supply is changing, so we are now having this fast food compared to the natural foods that we were having in those times. So you have to be physically active, taking a walk, or just do some physical exercises at least 3 times a week. But you must also know that what you eat is what you become. So you really need to control your food. You need to know that you eat healthy food and at least control the amount of salt, the amount of oil, the amount of sugar in your food, but also to know the good ways of like reducing your problem, but by using meditation techniques so that we can reduce depression. At least twice a year, make sure that you know your measurement of blood pressure, but also other measurements like your blood sugar, your weight, your height. That's very important because these non-communicable diseases, they really related to each other.
The United Nations warns that 1 billion people in 43 countries are at risk of cholera. The UN says there are not enough resources available to fight the cholera outbreaks, and the situation will get worse with time. The UN is seeking $640 million to fight the infectious disease and warns of a catastrophe if action is not ramped up immediately. So far this year, 24 countries have reported cholera outbreaks compared to 15 by mid-May last year. Experts say the rise of cases is partly due to poverty, conflict, and climate change. Cholera is transmitted through contaminated food or water and can be treated with simple oral rehydration and antibiotics for more severe cases. But many people lack timely access to such treatment. A Global Vaccine Alliance says a shortage of cholera vaccines is likely to last until 2025 as outbreaks surge worldwide. New technology is using augmented reality for hearing-impaired people to see the words that are being spoken around them in real time. Deanna Mitchell has more in this week's Log On.
I gotta wash your hands. That's right.
Josh and Michael Kingsley are fraternal twins. Josh lost his hearing as a child and now lives with Michael and his family, where Josh says a new type of augmented reality glasses is making life easier.
The first time Josh put the glasses on and the captions started kind of going across the screen in the glasses, there was a look on his face that just kind of told me we got the right product.
The product from a company called X-Ray Glass allows Josh to read conversations around him in real time.
I think it was awesome when I put it on the first time.
I say should start magically appearing.
Their software allows X-Ray Glass to listen to conversations around the wearer and show the transcription either in the AR glasses or on a smartphone app, which helps Josh when he's in a work meeting.
It's leveling the playing field. When he's in a meeting and there's a group of 50, 60 people, he doesn't necessarily know what's going on and they can't give him that one-on-one attention. So putting the glasses on or using the captioning ability on the phone, it really has just kind of changed everything that he can do.
X-Ray Glass co-founder Paul Mealy says he grew up watching his father help people with disabilities find jobs.
My take was always, hey, but there is a way that you can use, computers or technology to kind of help facilitate maybe, people's abilities across the spectrum. They can kind of get evened out by tech. That's kind of the great equalizer.
Mealy said the glasses aren't just for the hearing impaired. They can also be used to translate several foreign languages in real time. They can also come in handy for those in temporary hard-to-hear situations, such as in crowded restaurants, or even for those who want to use AR glasses to watch movies or use apps such as
YouTube, live TV, photos,
with the bonus of closed captions. Dina Mitchell for VOA News, Katy, Texas.
That's our show for today. For more health news, wellness tips, and medical breakthroughs, stay connected to Voice of America at voaafrica.com. You can follow me on Twitter at Linor Moudou. Until next time, stay well and strive to make every day a healthy day.